Hello and welcome to this video. I'll be showing you how to add relationships to the activities. So open up your project and make sure you've got the activities tab selected. And in this area here, this details form area, we are going to add a relationship tab. If you can't see it there, just right click on any of the tabs and click customize activity details, and here we should have a list of tabs. I'm going to click on the relationship tab and click on this arrow to add it on and click OK. So now we have the relationships tab added. Next, I just want to move this details form up a bit so we can see more options. So once you've got that moved up, select the relationship tab. I'm just going to move this up a little bit. So if you move the details form a bit, you should see a assign button. So click on this assign button, and inside this activities area, I have already got my second activity highlighted. So make sure you have your second activity highlighted. Click on this assign button, and that will bring up this menu here. So what we want to do, we want to assign predecessors to each of the activities. So here I've got my second activity selected. If I just click on this drop down here, you can see here this is my second activity, and my activity ID is B1010. It's called B because I set the prefix to B. So yours may not be B, it could be anything. The default is A. So make sure you've got your second activity selected. All I'm going to do now is assign a predecessor to that activity. And the predecessor is going to be the one above, which is write pseudocode. So why I've got it selected in this area here, in the activity area, in the assign predecessors, I'm going to double click on the write pseudocode, which is my first activity. I'll double click on it, and you can see it has inserted it here, which means it has assigned a relationship. So I'm just going to tab down and do the same with the others. So just scroll down here and we'll select the next activity, which is inside my testing here. So I'm going to click on this write test script, and I've got my write here where it's got write test script. I've got it selected here. I'm going to select a predecessor. The predecessor is going to be the activity above it, which is a write initial code. So while I've got that selected, I'm going to click on this write initial code, double click on it, and that will assign it to that activity. So I'll do the same with the next one. On that training, I'll click on this one here that says write training script, and the predecessor is going to be this one, write test script. So I'm going to double click on write test script. Just double click on it, and that will assign it to that. So I'm going to scroll down and do the same with the next one, which is start training. I'm going to click on that. So for this start training, the predecessor is going to be write training script, which is above. Predecessor just means the one above it that precedes it. So I'm going to double click on this write training script, and that will assign it to that. So I've now assigned predecessors to the activities. When you have assigned all the predecessors, you can close this form. Just there's a button, an option here to close. Click on that, and that will exit the form. The system automatically applies a relationship type of finish to start, and we can see that if we click on this tab called relations, you can see we've got a finish to start. Okay, if we click inside it, we can see more options. That's a finish to finish, finish to start, and start to finish. You can obviously change this in your details form under the relationship column. If you cannot see this tab, you can just move this bar here. This is movable, just move it to the side and that will expose this relations tab. Next, I'm just going to press the F5 key just to refresh the data. Click on the schedule option here. So we're just going to check to make sure our timing and everything is as we want it. This is just an illustrative video, so I'm not really concerned about the time, but if you're in a real production environment, obviously you need to set the date and time according to your project. So I'm just going to accept the default because this is a training video, and just click on the schedule. So you can see in the Gantt chart area, then in this area here, that the dates are confirmed based on the relationships added. So you can see here I'm starting my project on the 14th of May and I am ending the project on the 3rd of June. You can see on that start 14th of May and finish 3rd of June. You can also see that in the Gantt chart area, the relationship lines basically also reflects the start and finish of the project. That's it for this video on adding relationships to activities. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.